the South African government really leave these people to starve to death because they are not South Africans? Today, you see, on the continent of Africa, a lot of things are not going right. Politically, socially, morally, economically, just a lot is not going right. And it seems like the government of the countries on the continent seem not to really bother or care about even trying to make things right. And these issues over the years they have persisted and they're having adverse effect on the citizens on the continent. And you see, the youths are getting the shorter end of the stick. And that's why they get into all sort of things, no matter how dangerous it is, or just to make a living. And you see, and the government seem not to care. These people on a daily basis, they are putting their life at risk. Now, when they end up doing some of all these things, all just because they want to eat, it ends up having grave consequences that we have to now face it. Because you might think now that it didn't happen in your country, but it's happening to your brother. A brother from the continent, from the motherland. Now, this brings me to the issue of the trapped illegal miners in South Africa, where they're saying that about 100 are already dead. That they were trapped in a South African mine where they went there. That happened like sometime in November. See, this is like an abandoned mine where some big companies, they left it a long time ago because it's no longer profitable, right? So some youths, and they end up being a gang from what we heard. They're now a gang. They now go into those mines to go and look for the deposit of some of all these precious minerals like gold, diamonds, and all of that. So they are going there to look for deposits, whether there will be any leftovers there. They end up doing this thing, putting their lives at risk, putting the economy of the nation at risk, putting some of the toxic waste that comes out from those things. These people don't know how to handle it because they're mining illegally. And this have continued to be a problem to the South African government. So they are constantly trying to clamp down on these illegal miners. Now, the recent one is the one that happened in November, where there's some group of illegal miners went to like an abandoned gold mine where I think somewhere in, they call it Stilfontein, somewhere in Johannesburg, like close to Johannesburg. So they went there and the authorities rounded up the place. The story we heard is that they were telling them to come out, that the miners, because of course the police, all the authorities have rounded up the place, that they were scared. According to the police are all the authorities are saying that they refuse to come out because they are scared that they'll be arrested. But some right groups are saying no, that wasn't what happened. That the rope that they use in going in, the government authorities, kind of removed the rope so these guys can't come out. And there was a report that the South African government said they were not going to bring them out. Whether because they're illegal immigrants, I don't know. But they are saying that some of those illegal miners are from either Lesotho, Mozambique, the countries like that border South Africa, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and maybe some other countries. So they are the ones said to be the illegal miners. After days of saying they are not going to do it, I think court now ordered them to bring these people out. Even if they are illegal miners, they are human beings first. They may be doing things the wrong way, but bring them out and then you can prosecute them according to the law. So somehow, they eventually, I think, launched the rescue team. That was on Monday. and they did 1 or 2, 3, 4 days, and the police said they were done, that they brought out, they are done with the rescue mission. I think they ended up saying that they brought out 78 dead bodies. That is what the South African authorities, as the police, is reporting, that they brought out 78 dead bodies and they rescued 246 survivors, right? The right groups are saying that if the government have launched this operation, this rescue operation early enough, that they would have saved more people. That because most of these people died of dehydration, hunger, and starvation. What they did, according to the law, of course, is wrong. But why the delay to rescue those people? Is it because they are not South Africans? Is it because they are illegal residents? I don't know how this works, but humanity first. Now, whatever they are doing, when they come out, and if you're going to deport them to their countries, fine, you do that. But that you're just going to leave them to die there just because they are not South Africans, I don't know, because that is the way it seemed like. They kept on the media. They kept on hammering that these people are from Zimbabwe, they are from Lesotho, they are from this. Da, da, da. So therefore, they don't deserve to be rescued, even if they were not doing the right thing. Like, what is going on? The save human beings first. These people, they've been there since November, and you come up with a story that somebody that is trapped inside a dark tunnel doesn't want to come out because they are scared of arrest. Like, how possible is that? So if none of the court ordered you people to bring this people out, you people just let people die because they are mining illegally? When you know that there is another way, since you've rounded them up, bring them out, because that's the story, that you removed the rope. So they couldn't come out. So they died of dehydration, hunger. Like, I don't know, South Africans, I just don't know how you people relate with fellow Africans. Now, nobody should come here to misunderstand me. I am not one that will support anything criminal in the country, right? I am not one, because this is pure. If you left them to die just because they are not citizens of your country, that is pure massacre. That is pure man's inhumanity to man, just because they were looking for something to eat, which may not be the right way to go about it. Yes, I get it, but leaving them there to die of hunger and starvation just because they are not from your country is just pure wickedness. It's pure wickedness. And trust me, the nationalities they called, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, all the countries, Nigeria is not there. So it's not a Nigerian South African thing, because I know you're going to think now because I'm a Nigerian, them, so therefore I don't have a dog in this fight. So I'm just like very, very concerned about the way they treat, that you guys practically treat fellow Black Africans like enemies. Because the stories that comes out from your country about the way you treat Africans who are just like unfortunate to be coming from countries that are just not doing things right, you're looking like you don't even want Black Africans to be in your country, because if you have your way, even the legal Africans in your country, you will send them back. You send them back to their countries. Because the way the stories come out from South Africa, I don't know whether the media is not doing you guys right. I don't know. But it's not always a pleasant story when it comes to the way you deal with your fellow Africans who are just trying to make a living. Now, the ones that are not doing it the right way, clamp down on them. But there are also the ones who are doing it the right way, but they are also being attacked. We've heard stories. Oh yes, we have heard stories. We have heard stories. It's just rather unfortunate that Africa, all other African countries, their leaders have decided not to do things the right way. Because if not, why would people leave their country and run to another country to be doing things that are illegal? This brings me to the issue about African leaders. You guys really just need to do better. On a daily day, you're subjecting your youth to risky ventures, all because they want to eat. You're subjecting your youth to a journey of no return, all because they want to survive. Meanwhile, on a daily basis, the monies that we hear that these governments, you are looting from your countries, you're looting the commonwealth of your people, and then where your citizens, especially the youth, are looking for what to eat, they end up going to a country where they will not be doing things that is against the laws of those lands. We African leaders, everybody, they just all need to do better. On a daily basis, your citizens are embarking on the sea journey, that very dangerous journey, just because they're going to Europe. Nobody will leave a place of plenty just to engage in some sort of a risky venture, or because they're going to look for crumbs in another man's country, if their home is in order. This reflects poorly on African leaders, honestly. I'm not even going to blame South Africans so much because you have to do what you have to do to protect your country. But I think somehow it's the way they go about it, or the stories that come out. I don't know if that is a true reflection of what happens there, because the way the story comes out, it doesn't come out it doesn't sound pleasant. And it looks like it's only your fellow black Africans that you do this to. Are there not people of other colors who are in your country illegally or doing things that are not legal in that country? Do they treat them this way? I've never heard. I have never heard. It's either you're attacking Zimbabweans today, or you're attacking Mozambicans tomorrow, or people from Lesotho, or Nigeria, or Ethiopians, or Kenya. Like, why are these people your problem? So they are just the ones actually doing all the committing if we go to the prisons in your countries now, these are the people, these nationalities are the people we see in the prisons. The authorities actually read that these are not South Africans. Your authorities, this is not people reporting it for you to say they were quoted out of context. Your authorities and are the ones saying that these are not South Africans, that they are people from neighboring countries. So does that mean that is the reason why help didn't go to them fast enough? Even if you said they were doing the wrong thing? Haba. Now, almost 100 people are dead. Now, the government is saying 78, right? The government is reporting 78, but obviously, there might be more. They said they saved 246 survivors. I don't know how we can solve these issues, because maybe so much stress is being put on South African government from, I think maybe I will one day want to say things from South Africans. I don't know. Because so many times when they come, instead of them to say things, they come with insult, and then the message they're trying to send across is lost. I zone out. Some of them don't take time to explain whatever it is, because trust me, the stories that come out that we hear, I have never been to South Africa. I have never been there. Just like everywhere in the world, I want to visit. I want to visit South Africa. I want to visit any country in the world, just as I want to visit any other country. I want to visit South Africa. But I have this fear, once they know that if I enter there, even if I'm there like a visitor, I just have this feeling like once they know I'm Nigerian, that they are going to treat me badly. That is just my mindset. And you wouldn't blame me, because the stories that come out, and it's not the way you treat just Nigerians. So it's not even a Nigerian thing. The way you even treat other, because we see how you and Zimbabweans, we see how South Africans and Zimbabweans go at each other on social media. So this issue you have is not to Nigerians alone. You do it to other African countries. And the question is why? Even the ones that are doing right. I know people who are there who are, of course, I know that they're there because they are working in good companies, that there is no way they can be working in that company if they are not legal, they don't have their legal stay. But they still tell you how those people still treat them. That you see a black South African will come and treat them this way. Meanwhile, another white Dutch guy or what doing the same thing that the Nigerian is doing will be treated like, like egg, and then they're treating the African in like less than nothing. Why? Why? Now, the if the miners are from these countries, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and um, Mozambique, the government of these countries, even since they've been established that they are from this, what did the government of these countries? I haven't heard that your citizens are trapped in somewhere where they are trying to look for something to eat. Did the government even say, let's go and see how we can even talk to the authorities of South Africa, and let's bring out those people and then you arrest them properly? No, you left your citizens. You left your citizens. Like in Africa, like or your own the youth. That's why you see a lot of the youth doing things that we end up, messing them up, because everybody is trying to is a dog eat dog war that the youth in Africa that they're just trying to live now, because everybody is struggling on their own because the government careless. So anyhow they want to get something to survive. Everybody is just like this, like just going like this. The government, you talk, is like you want to attack the government. But it's just a shame that the way we run out of our country, we are running to other countries to start putting stress on them. Because if you do your country right, your citizens will stay back. If you do your country right, your citizens will stay back. I I read the story and I was not going to do this because do this video because I felt like um it is South Africa. This is the kind of stories that we hear from them. But on the second thought, I really want to know really what the problem is. You know, the South African government really leave these people to starve to death because they are not South Africans? Today, that would be really sad. Anyway, if you've been following this story, if you know, like you have an idea of what the story has been, you've been following from November when the news broke. Let's talk. Let's just have a normal conversation. Let's understand what is going on, because I don't know why we've lost humanity. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, if you've been following this story, let's continue the conversation in the comment section, and then hopefully let's keep monitoring the story and see how you know it evolves. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell so that whenever I put up a story, you'll be notified, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All right, bye.